Okay, I'm going to do a video to explain if you have a trailer and you don't have a title for it and it does not have a identifiable VIN number. This might also work if you make a homemade trailer. So I'm going to explain some of the things I did because I bought this trailer with some jet skis. It was in Oregon. Oregon does not require, I think it's under like 3,000 pounds to have your trailers registered. So a lot of people don't have titles for them. So if you go to your licensing agency where you get your tabs for your vehicles, you want to get a Washington State Patrol inspection report. You can also go online and it has the guidelines for a trailer because you have to take it in and get it inspected. So if you search online for the homemade unidentifiable trailer inspection guide, Washington State Patrol, that's the checklist. But I'm going to kind of explain it because it's kind of not necessarily the clearest thing to understand. So I originally took this trailer in and I had it all set up how it originally would have been when you bought it new. But since it doesn't have a VIN sticker that's readable, a lot of times they're up here in the front. Well, this one, it's faded and you couldn't read it. So I had it set up exactly how it would have been from the factory, but since it's homemade, they're not going off the year, it's newer standards. So one issue I had was these safety chains on it originally was bolted to the middle, so they want it on each side. I think the idea is you cross them, and if the hitch comes off of your vehicle, it's going to be crossed and it's kind of cradle that, kind of catch that. So, and they think in the papers it says they don't want it welded, but it has to be one on each side of the tongue. They have to be the same length. I use a lock on mine. I'm assuming you have to have some sort of latch, something to keep this latch from popping up when you go down the road. I need to fix the wires, but I have the 4-pin wiring. So originally it just had some reflectors. They want marker lights on each side at the front, so I added these amber colored marker lights. I tapped it in, so I tapped it into the wire. I probably need to clean that up. On this one, there's a brown wire and a green wire, so I use the brown wire. So when you have your headlights on, these lights are on, so these aren't blinking when you hit your blinkers, your flashers, or whatever. They just come on, stay on when you have your headlights on. So it needed one up front there. Now originally from the factory it had this. Apparently that wasn't good enough. They wanted one on the fender. So same thing, I tapped into the wiring. And so on the front of the fender is the orange colored one. And they wanted one on the back of the fender. Now this is if it's over 80 inches wide. You need these extra markers on the fender. If it's like a single trailer and it's less than 80 inches wide, you don't need the extra lights on the fender. You still need the extra one on the tongue. Another issue we had was it had a plastic fender, and originally the fender only came from this tab to here. Well, they want it so the back of the fender extends to the halfway point of the axle. Now you could also have a mud flap, but it has to come down halfway the center of the axle. And then we have the lights on the back, and then for the 80 inches wide there's 3 lights in the middle. So that's the major things that we had an issue with. So we were able to get this inspected. We took in, they want a certified scale ticket, so we got a scale ticket. We took in a bill of sale, and then you have to go online and schedule an appointment. It's pretty tough to get an appointment, so that's why I wanted to make this video to explain all the things that we did to be able to get this to pass. Once you pass, they give you a form that you take back to the licensing agency, and you can get a registration, and then you have to wait. It's called ownership in doubt. You have to wait 3 years before you get the full title. You can sell the trailer, you can register it, get tabs every year, and use it every year for 3 years. After 3 years, you get a regular title. So that's kind of some tips that hopefully can help somebody else out, because it's kind of a tricky process. So that's what we were able to do with this trailer. Could work for a small boat trailer, a jet ski trailer, utility trailer. If you didn't get a title, get a bill of sale, get it weighed, go to your licensing agency, get the inspection request, go get it inspected, and then go back to the licensing agency. This one, I think, with a new license plate, the total is going to be $212. Also, before you go to your inspection, you need to get a trip permit. So it's like $8 for 2 days. You get a trip permit, and then you take it into the state patrol office. So we went to Yakima and got ours inspected. So hopefully this helps. If you have questions, ask in the comments.